Assalamu alaikum, 6 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Kanooz Ashraf. First, the headlines. Prime Minister says establishment of peace has restored confidence of entrepreneurs and they are coming for investment in the country. National Assembly was informed today that Pakistan has positively engaged with Iran to curb the cross-border movement of militant elements. President has inaugurated Federal Ombudsman mobile application for prompt registration of complaints by the people. At the United Nations, Pakistan has called for a just and lasting resolution of Kashmir dispute along with Palestine issue to promote international peace and security. In occupied Kashmir, Indian forces and police have arrested over 6 dozen people ahead of the fifth and final phase of sham Indian parliamentary elections being held in Pulwama and Shopian on Monday. Three-day National Sailing Championship will flag off at Clifton Beach, Karachi tomorrow. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan says peace has been restored in the country due to the sacrifices of the security forces and tribal people. Addressing a public meeting in Mohmand district after performing the groundbreaking ceremony of Mohmand Dam this afternoon, he said confidence of entrepreneurs has now been restored and they are coming for investment in the country. Imran Khan said the problem of unemployment will be solved with the investment. He said Pakistan made unprecedented development in 1960s as several dams were constructed in that period. Prime Minister said the country will be made a true welfare Islamic state on the pattern of the state of Medina, which was based on justice and equality. He said the country will be developed on the style of China, which has always made long-term development planning. Earlier, the Prime Minister performed the groundbreaking of Mohmand Hydropower Dam project that will generate 800 megawatt electricity besides water storage capacity of over 1.2 million acres feet, which will directly benefit people of Charsada, Mohmand and adjoining areas of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. WABDA Chairman Muzammil Hussain and Project Director of the dam briefed the Prime Minister about salient features of the project. Mohmand Dam is being constructed on River Sawat about 48 kilometers from Peshawar at confluence of Mohammed and Charsada district, and the dam's reservoir area extends upstream to Mohmand, Bajor and other northern districts in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. The project is scheduled to be completed in 5 years with an estimated cost of 309 billion rupees. Special Assistant to Prime Minister on Information and Broadcasting, Dr. Firdaus Ashik Awan, has said that Imran Khan is the first Prime Minister who has visited tribal areas time and again and embraced them with love and affection. Using her Twitter handle, she said the areas where smell of gunpowder used to be spread everywhere, now fragrance of flowers is enlightening the lives of the locals. National Assembly was informed today that Pakistan has positively engaged with Iran to curb the cross-border movement of militant elements. Responding to the points raised by the opposition members, Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi said we have a long border of 905 kilometers with Iran and we want to keep it peaceful and stable. He said hostile spy agencies are bent upon hurting this relationship by creating misunderstandings through their nefarious acts. However, he said these sordid designs will be foiled through collective efforts. The foreign minister said that Pakistan has taken a number of steps to raise the level of understanding and confidence between the two neighboring countries. He said we have decided to establish a joint border center as well as fence the border to curb the movement of militant elements. Senate was informed today that government has no plan of privatization of Pakistan International Airlines and an improvement plan is being prepared to make the national carrier stand on its feet. Responding to a question during question hour today, Federal Minister for Aviation Ghulam Sarwar Khan said state of financial affairs has improved during the last 8 months. He said flights are being operated at commercially viable domestic routes but have been stopped at non-viable routes. Islamic Development Bank will help operationalization of Exim Bank of Pakistan and enhancing agricultural production using efficient irrigation system in Balochistan. Grant agreements to this effect were signed at a meeting between Prime Minister's Advisor on Finance, Dr. Abdul Hafiz Sheikh, and an IDB delegation led by its president, Dr. Bandar M.H. Hajjar, in Islamabad today. The advisor informed the President IDB of the concrete policy measures introduced by the government for improving the economic and fiscal situation in the country. He said government has finalized its strategy to deliver on medium-term economic frameworks targets to be agreed with IMF team already in Pakistan for technical discussions for a 3-year program. President Dr. Arif Alvi has said that only those nations achieve success which stand against the oppression and injustices in the society. Addressing a public awareness seminar and launching ceremony of new website and mobile application of Federal Ombudsman in Islamabad today, he urged the people and media to highlight the positive image of the country. Ombudsman mobile application has been launched for prompt and easy registration of complaints by the people. This is Radio Pakistan. In occupied Kashmir, Indian forces continuing their massive crackdown arrested more than 6 dozen people in South Kashmir ahead of the fifth and final phase of sham Indian parliamentary elections scheduled in Pulwama and Shopian on Monday. Over 60 people were arrested in Gudura, Newa, Tahab, and Muran areas of Pulwama district. 6 youth were arrested from Vehil and Narwa areas of Shopian district. The chairman of Hurriyat Forum, Mirwais Umar Farooq, Tehreek-e-Hurriyat Jammu and Kashmir chairman Muhammad Ashraf Sehri, all parties Hurriyat Conference and other Hurriyat leaders and organizations in their statements denounced the mass detention in South Kashmir. At the United Nations, Pakistan has called for a just and lasting resolution of the Kashmir dispute along with the Palestine issue to promote international peace and security. Speaking in the 15-member Council's debate on the situation in the Middle East, Pakistan's permanent representative to the United Nations, Maliha Lodi, pointed out that these disputes have remained on the agenda of the UN almost since its inception. However, the people of occupied Kashmir and Palestine continue to endure prolonged repression and denial of their legitimate right to self-determination. She said it is indeed regrettable that the international community and the UN have been unable to realize just and lasting solutions to these problems. In Syria, Russian and Syrian forces have intensified airstrikes and shelling in villages and towns in Hama and Idlib provinces. This was the heaviest assault on the last rebel-held area since it was declared a demilitarized zone under a Russian-Turkish deal. Earlier this week, Washington warned that violence in the northwestern Syria will result in the destabilization of the region.In Myanmar, security forces shot at least 6 people in Rakhine State today. Army soldiers fired at a crowd in order to control around 275 detainees who were rounded up at a school during a search operation. 3-day National Sailing Championship will begin at Clifton Beach, Karachi tomorrow. The races will be held in Olympics classes of boats including 470 laser standard and windsurfing RSX.And finally, the weather report. Mainly hot and dry weather is likely to prevail in most parts of the country during the next 24 hours. However, dust, thunderstorm, light rain is expected at isolated places in Rawalpindi, Hazara, Kohat, Bannu Division, Gilgit-Baltistan, and Kashmir. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com Radio Pakistan News Official.